Welcome back to Gaming with Marty, and also welcome to the debut of another new game to our channel, being Madden 24. I am a franchise fiend, if you want to call me that, but usually grab Madden every single year, just because I solely enjoy playing franchise mode. All aspects of the team being controlled by me is something I highly covet, and looking forward to the new additions and changes that they've brought to Madden 24. Got the beginning of the preseason started, beginning of our franchise up and running. I see that the news page is a little bit different. Got some visual icons with players and addition to coaches, as well as the option to manage the team being relocating or rebuilding. And since we've been at TIAA for the last 28 years, we'll start off our franchise by going ahead and getting a fresh rebuild going on. Let's see what we got. Let's see the options that they give us. Okay, it looks pretty decent. Fans look like they'd be digging that as well. Hybrid stadium with the closable top. Then we got the basic traditional. So we'll actually go with the basic futuristic. I actually am digging that. Other than the traditional, it has the most seating. 500 less suites. They're all roughly the same size. Looks like it's going to cost the most on a weekly upkeep. Other than that, though, it looks like this may be the key. Alright, so I guess it looks like our new stadium has either finished or begun construction. So now that we got our training out of the way, let's go ahead and get this first preseason game versus the Cowboys started. I'll pop in and out with the commentary, but for the most part, we'll probably have this as a gameplay only. Anything I may want to add in, I'll definitely pop back in. Enjoy the new 2024 Madden gameplay footage versus of the Jaguars versus the Dallas Cowboys.
NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Jaguars and the Cowboys, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 24.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeaten, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Charles Davis alongside me, and I'm Brandon Gaudin. And folks, the wait is over. Yes, it's just the preseason, but football is back in your living room.
And I'm excited. I know you are as well.
Football is back, baby.
Feels good on these old bones, especially because we're not putting on pads. We don't have to be out there in that heat running into other people. But I'm glad these guys are. Football is back.
Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
Gotta say, off the rip, the visuals are looking really crisp and clean.
12 games played, but we can't overlook the good. 23 touchdowns and an 8-4 record as a starter as he led the Cowboys to consecutive postseasons.
Definitely liking these changes that they've brought.
2007.
Dak going to start out going to the air. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ferguson. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just
We'll probably just play this one preseason game and then move on to our regular season. Just like to get a feel of the new gameplay mechanics for Madden 24. And everything is pretty decent. I know that they added in a new passing simulation system as well. Gave that a tryout. Decided on going with one of the passing systems based off of power and timing instead of power, accuracy, and timing. Looking forward to see how all of these players, seeing as how they're marketed to that each player is built differently. I want to see how all these players interact and react with each other. Nice, good D, good D.
Second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Out to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
This season, I'm looking forward to the Jaguars having a good 3rd year under Trevor Lawrence. I live in Pittsburgh, but Jaguars fan through and through. Pittsburgh come in a close second. Got him. Let's go. So my wife got me a birthday present. Jaguars versus Steelers tickets, so definitely look forward to that.
Prescott to throw it. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside 3rd of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
In the offense, baby, let's go. Trevor Lawrence, it's time to shine. Let's see what he got in the tank for us. They violated my man last year on Madden 23.
In his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
His overall was like 76 or something. Any pass he took was almost guaranteed to be an interception. Quite frustrating.
This young man, he's been good since the first time he picked up a ball in youth league. They expect nothing less from him again this season.
We got Travis Etienne, who's a beast in his own right. Zay Jones, Calvin Ridley. We got some weapons out here. Christian Kirk.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just
hopefully we can have a season that shows that we got these weapons. Let's get it. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. There we go. Hold that. One and done. I do play on All Pro. I ain't trying to not have fun while I'm playing Madden by playing on All Madden. So we're going to do it on All Pro. Loss is a loss. I don't replay games, so whatever we end up at the end of the season, that's what it is, playoffs or not.
Before they break off to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
10-minute quarter set, so hopefully we can at least get a full game per episode. Don't want to have to deal with
and from back there, a wise move. He'll just
multiple episodes per game. That just doesn't. Don't want to have to end up doing that way, but just like a playoff or a meaningful game, I'll definitely do that if it ends up being longer than the hour that PlayStation gives us. And on top of that, I am on a PS5, so if anybody wants to shout, let me know. Handing out that PSN ID like it's hot candy.
Noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
A, B, and C.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 30.
Ezekiel Elliott headed to the Patriots, no longer a Dallas Cowboy. They did nothing with him.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes.
On defense, we did pick up
on 2nd down, it's Pollard.
Javian Clowney, 1 year, $3.02 million, I believe his contract was. So we'll get a little bit of support and reinsurance on our D-line once the season starts. Picking up that veteran. Let's go. Good D.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Off is taking the field again. Let's get it. No, I said this is going to be like commentary, but I guess not.
With that 1st drive, they got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Let's get another round with Travis.
From the 22,
up the middle, see what we could do.
And they'll go again with ETN. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now Lawrence. And that will be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense.
Horrible pass there, but I'm still trying to learn a new passing system that Madden 24 offers.
And forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28.
Yeah, I didn't good wrap up.
40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Running right, it's Pollard. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down.
That animation of Josh Allen getting pushed down from that block, but also in the process being able to engage with Pollard for the tackle. Slight improvements.
But they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted.
Thank you, sir. I'll take that. Thank you, sir.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coaching the sideline is going to talk to his.
Did he say Janoris? Oh, no, Ray Sean.
3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force adjust things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. ETN up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that.
Child probably only play one preseason game.
Looks like a Jaguar in some
Our main tight end just went down. Evan Ingram.
46. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Never good to see.
Here's Lawrence.
Nice bullet pass. You'll see at the bottom of the screen the new passing system for Madden 24, I'll call it. Get that block. Damn. I was hoping he was going to run him over or at least break that tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
If Ridley gets busy, if that safety doesn't fall back, hopefully he picks up Kirk and we'll hit Jones on the cross route if Ridley is free. Uh-oh.
He'll take a shot for the end zone.
Oh, come on, bro. That was a touchdown. You could have caught that.
I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
Strange on a slant across to the left, hit him there, and he dropped it. All good. We'll take the easy 3. Come on, McManus. There we go. That's money.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1.
I'm not expecting Trevor Lawrence to be back in for the end of the game.
Start of the second quarter, and
he's already thrown a touchdown, no interceptions.
As they are looking at a 2nd and 5
so he probably could ride the bench for the rest of this preseason. I've seen enough. First Cowboys defense, first string at that.
Back up here to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence.
Super rush.
Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throwing here, rush.
Get through there, get through there. Got him.
And the Jags get to him.
Wayne Smoot.
Smoot getting in there, recording the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away.
My bad about that, excuse me.
At the 34.
Okay, come on, bro. You could have picked that block up.
6 on the return.
Chad.
Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jacksonville set to go again.
Yeah, that's it. I call him B-Hard.
Play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you.
Indeed, we are.
No one goes out on the field
ooh, I was clean. He said, "Thank you, sir, Mr. B-Hard."
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
Looked like a Cowboy went down.
See this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
But one of the ways that
Danny Dimes out there,
receivers alive in a play,
2 for
you
6.
never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he
How you guys feel about that Saquon Barkley re-signing? Drop down in the comments whether you think that was a good or a bad move on his part. I think New York had a steal.
The best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Rush. He's got it complete to Tolbert. And this will go as a gain of 7.
Noticing now that the head stick is more fluid, doesn't necessarily generate a visual for its own animation. It's just all fluid through your movement. It doesn't necessarily stop and then start the hit stick animation. So a little bit of timing goes into play with that.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move.
They're getting close to the red zone. Let's go ahead and put a clamp on their advance. Come on, baby. Get in there. Ooh. Miss. Come on. Too many people getting injured.
Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Rush. To the goal
Good
line,
D.
it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie
Oh, the
today is
Doken.
real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not
Domino
sure that he
strain.
did.
Let's set him out.
To be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
2 more chances, and they'll probably go for that easy 3.
An inside give to Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So they tried runs on 1st and goal and 2nd and goal, got stonewalled. Now from here, they've got to throw, right?
I would think so, and I would think you also maybe...
Ooh.
And that is caught. Touchdown.
Made it look easy.
Jalen Tolbert from 6 yards away. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Tolbert touchdown grab. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Here's Chris Claybrooks to return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Down the right sideline. And finally
Getting busy out there. New
big play for the Jaguars.
juke stick animations.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open.
That was
And once
nice.
he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a
Nice little
breakdown on the
stop
defensive
juke right
side of
there.
the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Up the middle, Johnson. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
No doubt. All right, we're moving right along. That last pass put us right in perfect position. Hit Zay Jones, possibly.
To stand on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Oh, that was off.
Second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's also not Zay Jones either.
That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there.
3rd and 7. We need a first down. We'll change this up a little bit. Couple slants. Mr. Washington on that streak. And then I'll hit Ag and cut across on the slant.
And this
Yeah.
is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on
Looks like his leg is fresh.
So what's the answer to this?
Indeed it is.
Or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do
He's bringing
that.
that out.
In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a good effort on the return there.
The whiffs on hit sticks aren't as like major anymore either. The recovery is a lot quicker.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways.
Oh, he slipped that tackle.
Still going on the move past the 40 and down to the 16.
Okay.
A big play there on the catch and run.
They out here making plays, I see.
Field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Up the middle, Jones.
Grab him up.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now rush. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it.
Tackles even slightly after play.
Won the football, but he dropped it.
So all the individuals are basically the same from the last 3 years. The mechanics and the small, minute changes that they've been able to do here are really, really nice. Really nice. And again, I don't play this to play online versus people or whatever. I do this to enjoy the franchise.
And his kick here is good.
And enjoy years of taking the team from basically a no-name status and turning them into a dynasty. Where all the top players want to come and play, and with the additions of 2024, franchise is looking to be a really promising game mode. Ooh! So that man is taking a seat.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that
big hole, big hole, big hole. Let's go.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way.
15-yard gain. 13, 14, 15-yard gain.
Success, 19 yards.
Even better.
You can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners.
Who is that?
Coach told me before, they always
Nah, I'm going to send you out. Let's send you that way, Agnew.
So you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Try that again. Get off of me, young man. Almost got the first.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one.
So it's looking like our backup running back, De'Aaron Johnston, seems to be pretty decent.
And it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch.
What are we looking at?
They think they're going to win those too.
Could hit De'Aaron on that cross back.
flush to his right.
Oh, he dropped it. Oh, he's trash for that.
Improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
I mean, that man caught it and then dropped it. The defense blew past and everything. That was a horrible play. Can he pick it out there with a win?
And last time they got 3 points, but it was
2 for 3 and interception, so he didn't do that. Never mind.
Chip shot field goal. Maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act,
Adam
isn't it?
Gossett.
Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board. 3 points is 3 points. And in this league, you take
Points for
when you
points.
can get them.
All right.
Not easily done.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
2-minute warning.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Visuals are looking decent. Definitely looking decent.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Rush. This one swung out here to Jones.
Loss on the play. Yes, sir.
So now 3rd down coming up.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there.
Get through there, get through there. Ooh.
Sammy sideline, you know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That's pulled in at the 32.
I'm just saying, not much room for a return there.
Punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some
getting up off of there.
Somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not
Washington might get a streak right here on this dude. He's sent Agnew on that slant to draw, possibly that safety across the middle over. No need. Get that. Let's go.
Right side here, complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident.
Lead that away from all that coverage there. Good D. Good D. Run him over. Run him over. Let's go.
Just outside of the 10 at the 11. 47 yards rushing for him now.
Let's see if we can score before we got to call timeout. We got 10 seconds left. Come on, Johnson, go in a full slant. Washington, rather.
They'll throw now on the final play.
Oh!
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jordan.
We got smacked.
He will be brought down on
all good.
the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year.
That interception was on me.
Orlando, we're standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA
We're
Sports
blowing them
halftime report.
In our game,
out the board. We got 23 snaps. They got 37.
But plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon Godden. Most of the starters are likely done. These coaching staffs getting ready to evaluate the youngsters in the second half. And to call the remainder of this preseason
And that medium pass.
we go back to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And he returns this to the 22. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And Charles, they got the lead.
All right, Dearness, let's see what we can do.
Halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose. Otherwise, this lead
My man's just hitting them holes.
I don't think they overly harped on it, but I think they told them,
guys. If he wants to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
To throw is Beathard. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's Beathard to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's Lewis to return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete as well. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A very good return there. Give him an
Scooting and booting across the field.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense.
Yeah, Dearness, he's definitely not bad. Seen Fournette was on the free agency list, thinking about picking him up to run behind Travis, possibly. I've always liked Fournette. So if he's still there, I'll throw him in 1 year.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here's Johnson.
I should have hit to the outside.
He's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace.
3rd and 3. He's been beasting. I don't see why he wouldn't get it. Then we'll switch to a pass.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson.
Let's go.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's
6.8 a carry on average.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now Beathard.
Oh, my man's got smacked.
For him to bring in. It's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his.
All good. We'll go right back to the pass.
And I think he might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Oh, come on, man. You can't throw it up in the air at all for him. Like, come on, bro.
And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, man, lead the pass. Like,
he tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this
man, that was perfect. He just needed to lead it to the right just a little bit.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Just a yard on the first down carry.
There's Kaepernick. It's like, no.
Rush working from the gun. Finding Tolbert here over the middle.
Come on, man. He could have reached around there. Broke that up.
And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Jones.
Ooh.
Close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost
nice stop on 3rd. Beautiful tackle.
They're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle.
No matter what it is, first or second string, ground game is official. Digging that. This is why I like to play the first preseason game, just to get that opportunity for second and third string players to get their. What in the hell? This dude is trash. Wow. He just doesn't have any power behind his passes, and I'm thinking he does. Look at that. Should have been there a half second earlier.
Let's be smarter about what we're doing out there.
So here's them either tying the game or scoring a touchdown.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
No running back.
Back to throw. Rush. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
This one complete. It's Freddie Hoko. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd.
Oh man, just throwing massive interception. This is ridiculous.
Nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Oh, he tried it though.
But it winds up falling incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
Throwing here, Rush.
Nice.
Downfield, so he'll throw it away. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good.
There's the tie.
So the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm.
All right, now let's try not to throw no more interceptions. I mean, it's preseason, but come on.
Defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them.
They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field.
Blockers ran right past me.
This drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory
Right past me and the people they were supposed to block.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just
looks like
go right for you and interceptions results.
other offensive players can help out, push you forward.
Not just the types of plays that you call,
We're seeing a little bit of that action there.
how you show your team that you're still with it and how you continue to lead.
To throw is Beathard. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. With your 6th-round pick, not many expect them to jump right in and contribute, but he's done a pretty nice job.
As a 6th-round pick, you'll come in and just work harder. That's part of what goes into it because you want to prove you should have been picked higher. But we've seen 6th-round picks come in and play very well in this league. He will have the same opportunity.
Oh, dang, about to stay holding.
To a roster that really needed an infusion of
Of
youth.
course.
They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
My goodness. These dudes are killing me.
To his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one.
That was there. Right there for him.
Throw into the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to
Second-string defense is not too bad, though.
The key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf, dude. That's bottom shelf material.
Weird, that was an interception and it popped out of his hands. That's crazy.
Opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration, the focus necessary, and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Out of the shotgun, rush.
Thank you.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Trey Hurden.
Very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
"13 seconds with the ball left in the 3rd. Let's go ahead and just run that clock out."
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of
They got
action.
40 pass plays and still don't have as many passing yards as us.
Back now in Arlington. 13 all our score as we start quarter
So
number 4.
propane sensors. Wait, was that Agnew, our wide receiver? Oh, I didn't even see. He blew past that O-line. What is going on? That guard is trash.
Loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are in great shape.
This is unreal.
Take over at their 46-yard
This is unreal.
Charlie, 5 interceptions. Is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope.
I don't even know who the 3rd string is. Grab this man.
If this were baseball, the manager would have been in the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower.
I don't know how we're tied
You
still.
have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
second down, another shot for Jones. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now a first down carry by... Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular...
And now, as with
A
every
booth review was coming. He was down. I seen that. That was caused by the ground.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down? So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On second down, here's Rush. For the left side, it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. To throw is Rush. That is caught. Schoonmaker. Touchdown.
I gotta give him that. That was definitely a nice play.
25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's Beathard to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. So now it's 2 straight drives that end with an interception.
And the first time, the first interception, they ended up getting 6 points out of it and taking the lead. Now they have an opportunity to increase that lead after their second pick on 2 drives.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9. Here's Rush to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Now Rush. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. K'Lavon Chason, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. The Jaguars back with it on offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm, and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves.
And now here's another interception. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. That one a first down pickup of 8. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Rush. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now remember, no overtime here in preseason. This offense hoping that's a moot issue as they try to finish this one off. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They're going for it. Rush. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's 3rd down. He's got the big tight end. That's Strange. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. One final shot. They'll look to throw. A short throw there to Strange. And he'll be taken down here.